Hi all, Merry Christmas. Just wanted to do a video today for Autorack comparison. A friend of mine asked me to kind of do this, and I told him I would get around to doing it, but with the holiday season, this is coming out a little bit later than I wanted to, but better late than never. So let's get right to the live action. All right, so first off, on the layout, I have two MTH Premier. These are not auto racks, but auto boxes. Really cool part about the MTH is on both cars, the doors do open, and they have these stops for any scale cars that you do put in. I like the fact that they do open. The details on the side of the car. This looks like it's a molded in detail. They do have a brake chain. The trucks are an older style. They do not rotate on the bearing caps. And overall, there's like a very minimalistic detail. Everything's molded in. Nothing's really separately applied. So as far as a Premier model goes, it's very basic. But it is a nice car, nonetheless. I have several other road names. I just got these out for the video. They do come with, at least the Amtrak one, comes with the air brake hose detail. And I believe this is an older model, as it does not have that detail part. And the trucks are different in the terms of where the coupler is. The coupler here is the tabs underneath the trucks. And this one, it has the thumbtack. So a little bit older tooling on that. For someone who's looking more of a prototypical Autorack, you probably want to look at these. Over here is the Atlas Master Line. That is a Lionel. That's one of the original ones from 10 so years ago. And this one, the Rio Grande one, is brand new for this year. There is a difference between them, and I'll get right into it. All right, so starting from the bottom up, I orientated these on the floor for a couple of reasons. One, you can see them all together, and two, this is a good way to see pretty much most of the details all at one time. And on the Atlas car, as you guys are familiar, this is an all die-cast car. It has all the brake details and a lot of extra separately added parts. The construction on this is amazing. It has the rotating bearing caps. It has the car number on the trucks. A lot of very intricate details down here. But these doors do not open. This step ladder here, I broke off by accident when I got this car opened and tried to get the doors open. It did not work. I tried using rubbing alcohol to dissolve the glue. I tried prying, nothing worked. So these doors do not open. This is the second run of the Atlas cars on the Master line. I've never used or owned the first one, so I don't know what that was like. Apparently that one, the doors could have opened, but they didn't have them open because they were frail or something. Anyway, I also wanted to show how the trucks are. So right here, this is an 072 curve. This car going around, I don't know if you can, how well you can see this, but basically when the trucks come around, this inside wheel scrapes on either side as it comes around. It basically scrapes the body, even on the minimum recommended curve. I'll show that to you here real quick. I don't know if you can hear it, but there is a scraping of metal on plastic. Now compare that to the Lionel one. And by the way, the doors do open on the Lionel as well. Compare that to the Lionel design. This one is a weathered car. The trucks, there's nothing to scrape on. They're completely free. And it's slightly tighter curve radius. But the coupler uses, my bad. The coupler uses this system that it allows it to rock back and forth, whereas the Atlas one is attached to the truck, so curve radius is limited, as it should be, right? But there is a difference between the two Lionels, and that's in weight. The old one, I don't know how to explain this on video. I don't have an exact weight. The old one feels heavier, not by much, just a few ounces. I don't know if there's any die cast anywhere in here, but for whatever reason, it's just, if it's not the same weight, it's darn close to it. Other than that, the details on the two Lionel ones are pretty much the same, molded in ladders, exactly the same door mechanism. I'll show that in a minute. As far as the brakes go, for the Atlas one, you have it painted, separately applied. For the Lionel ones, it's just molded in, no chain, almost no brake detailing underneath for either car. Anything on the Lionel is pretty much molded in versus the Atlas, which is all separately applied. Okay, and here we have all of the cars stood up on end. You can get an idea of the height. They're pretty much all the same. As I said, these are scale cars. They're just approaching it in slightly different ways. The Atlas one has more details, but then again, this is a different door style. I have seen both prototypes go by at railroad crossings, and I would say both are accurate for their car type. Again, the difference with the Lionel is you just have a bit less detail. It's a much, much lighter weight, mostly plastic, if not all plastic construction. I think the original one had a little bit of metal in it, but I can't figure out where. I said this one just feels a little bit heavier, but they could be the same. It could just be me. And as I said, the doors open on both exactly the same, but unlike the MTH auto box over yonder here, which comes in right here when the doors open as well, these have more of a clearance issue, but you also have a stop in here, so you can actually load these cars without having to worry about anything falling out or moving around too much. This one, I have loaded cars in here before. They don't really move around that much, but if it does go all the way back in, you know, good luck getting it out. You kind of have to hold the car up and shake it a little bit, but I hope this comparison helps you decide which kind of car you want. I wish I had the MTH Premier version of these cars. I just don't have one. They're not scale. They say they're scale. They're not. They are about, I don't know, 20% smaller. That's just a number I'm making up. But if you look at a scale car of a Lionel or an Atlas and hold up an MTH car of the same kind, again, this one isn't, but even so, it's just that much smaller and that much shorter. Again, this is a different style, auto box versus auto rack, but even the MTH Premier auto racks, they're not full scale. But let me get on the layout and I'll show you how they deal with low clearance type clearances of that tunnel. Alright, we'll pull the train up to the tunnel here, and I'm going to try to go as slow as possible and just show the clearance as it goes by. Alright. So, not much there. Not much there. And definitely not much there either. Take a look there. So we'll move this train forward a little bit. And this is the Atlas one. This is the Same size as the Lionel, not bigger, not smaller. The only difference, as I said, is the details. And of course the price. Of course the MTH one fits no problem. As I said, that's a slightly different kind of car, but it's the only one I got to work with. And then coming up behind the MTH will be the Lionel. This one you have to watch out for. This ladder design essentially likes to grab any tight clearances. And I'll show you. This looks like it's going to hit. It absolutely will not. But if it isn't close, I'll tell you what. So when you are getting these cars, definitely double check all your clearances in your tunnels, all your clearances on stations and things on the side, anything like that. And even if you're running the 072 curve, I mean, this is 072. Look how much overhang there is. That's not that's not prototypical at all, but such is the life with the scale model trains. So I'm going to show the station next. All right, here we have the station overhead view. So with the Atlas one, not too many worries. It doesn't have that extra ladder step. It's just really large. MTH comes by, a little overhang, no problem. It's the Lionels that will, I mean, they will be very close. So one more time, getting in there. Yeah, sorry if a little out of focus, but that's what that is. Anyway, that is the MTH Lionel Atlas Autorack review. Essentially, what it comes down to is, are you looking for details? Are you looking for operations? Are you looking for cost? For cost, I'd go MTH. MTH Premier is probably the best priced out of all of them, but it's going to be smaller. It's going to not have the doors open that the Autorack style. If you want to go with the Auto Box, they're usually under $100. The doors do open. They have a lot of play value. If you want to put cars and stuff, build a ramp, whatever. The next tier up is Lionel. They just put out the new Vision Line one. I haven't checked that out, but I've seen some videos of it. That one looks pretty cool, but with all the electronics inside, that definitely doesn't have any operable interior that I know of. It might, but I don't think it does without looking at it. These standard Lionel Autoracks, the new run and the old run, same tooling, mostly plastic construction, very little details like the MTH. Doors still open, better curve management. Personally, I like the coupler management a little bit better. You still get the rotating bearing caps, and it's enough detail to kind of give you a bang for your buck. Up the next line, the Atlas Master, $200 a car, best details, no doors opening. So depending on what you're looking for, also the curve radius is a little harder to operate. So with the Atlas, even though you run an 072, I would run more. As I said, those wheels do scrape. Unless I go with like two-wheel trucks or two-rail trucks, the three-rail ones are just, it runs fine. But I would run on larger curves in 072. The Lionels have no problem. The MTHs have no problem. So, in conclusion, buy the one that fits your layout the best. At the end of the day, like they always say, it's your railroad, it's your rules. Do what you want. But I'm here to help you try to make an informed decision by showing a direct comparison between all three manufacturers. Again, I apologize, the MTH one is not the same car style, but it does serve the same purpose and the same function. The doors open, you can go put cars in it. It's still an auto car. Other than that, Merry Christmas to everybody and Happy New Year. Keep them rolling. See ya. Hey guys, one more thing to add to this video. When I was running this car, I wanted to do a running session at the end of the video. I was wondering why this car kept coming uncoupled from the rest. what I realized is, even though this is 072, and I am running on 072, what was happening is, essentially, this car would come around, and these are the end plates on the car. I guess to hold some brake rigging or whatever. What was happening is this was coming around the corner, and as it's coming around, it's essentially hitting this uncoupling tab. And when the car is being pulled by a locomotive, when this gets inside the tab, it has a little bit of leeway, and essentially it was opening the car. I don't know if I can get it to... There we go. So just that little pressure, notice I didn't touch the tab. Let me do it again. Just pulling this tab over without touching it was opening the coupler. So I don't know if anyone else has had these issues. Maybe it's specific to me. But I just wanted to point that out. So I'll put this car at the end, but I just wanted to get something on for a running session here. Something to note, though.
Dispatcher here. Starter up. Stand by for track orders. Over. All right, let's get to work. Out.
Conductor to engine 23. Give me 6 cars to a stop. 6. Three more. 2. 1 more on a stop. Half. That'll do. Alright, clear switch. And that's far enough. Alright, ahead. 2 cars on the stop. 2. Oh, 1 more. Half car. It's far enough. Take it back, clear switch. State. And far enough. Switch a line, take it ahead, 1 to a couple. half, 10, 5 and good. All right, take it back, clear switch, 4 cars. Two more. Last one. Half. That's far enough. All right, switch the line, take it ahead, 1 car couple. Half. 20. 10. Far enough. All right, that'll do. Shut her down.